Oh, hey, is that you? What's going on, people? How's it been? I have to apologize. It's been over 5 months since we last talked. Last video I posted was my wedding. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. I think it was pretty good for self-filming. I'm a little biased though, since it was my wedding. But yeah, it's been kind of crazy. I was down in Jamaica on our honeymoon, and our GoPro actually took water and doesn't work, obviously. So then I was filming with my other camera, filming hunting season and kind of how that went, and walking out, and my water bottle leaked. And so I ruined that camera. So 2 cameras in a month ruined. So yeah, I haven't been able to save up until now. So I got the new GoPro Hero 7. I'm loving it so far. And yeah, we're back. So I appreciate you tuning in. I'm going to have a lot of good videos for you here. And I'll talk about that more, what this year's kind of looking like. But yeah, what we got on for today is we're going to look at doing, I was just going to go for a hike and kind of catch you guys up. But I was driving the other day and I saw some nice tom turkeys. And I said, it's never too early to spring turkey plant. So we're going to actually brush in a blind today. We're going to kind of do some scouting. I know where they go on our property. And last year I wasn't able to get it done with a bow from the ground. So this year I just want to get a turkey for you guys. So I'm going to gun hunt. Make a nice brush blind, and hopefully that'll be good for you. And then I'll kind of give you a fall recap as well as how my hunting season went, since you missed all of it. It wasn't that exciting, so don't get too excited, but it was a lot of good learning lessons for me this year. So yeah, I appreciate you guys joining me. I'm glad to be back, glad to provide some content for you guys, and as always, thanks for tuning in with Hike Hut Michigan. All right, on my way, I had to. Thanks, car. Shh. All right, You done? All right, on my way, I had to stop by the Dark Horse. Love their donuts. Sunday, they're half off since they're day old, so I always go on Sunday and get my coffee as well. I'm away to my parents' house, so that's where we're headed today. Yeah, it's gonna be a good day. So as I was walking out, I kind of wanted to give you a recap of the fall hunting season. Wasn't very active, not a lot of deer movement early on, so I wasn't able to give you even kind of any real video. But overall, it was a good learning season. This year we sat down and kind of decided, after the year we had last year with the amount of bucks and quality bucks we saw. If you haven't seen last year's video, I'll link that in the below. But clear that out of the way. But yeah, so we knew there was good bucks out here, so we wanted to be proactive. We didn't want to take young bucks like we had in the past. So we all kind of made a conscious decision to let those pass. So I ended up passing on 7 bucks this year, probably half of which in the years past. This is really loud, sorry. In the years past, I would have taken. However, we all decided, and it ended up being, good. My dad was able to harvest a couple deer. We got a good amount of deer overall, and thankfully, he's going to give me some of that meat once my deer from last year is gone. So, thankful for him for that. But I did draw back on 3 deer, 3 does, and things didn't happen, and they, didn't work out. So the first one, I was actually hunting. It came in late in the woods at dark. It was that kind of light where it's hard to see. Still legal shooting light, but it was just hard to see, and it was an 80 degree night. So I wasn't gonna risk a bad shot and having that deer spoil. I didn't want that. So I ended up letting my bow down. Then later, I actually had another deer. Later in the bow season, had another deer come in, and I actually had 2 deer on either side of me. So, but I was drawing on the one, getting ready, and it kind of, the other deer, was paying attention to that, and then it just moved out of the way, and I wasn't able to actually connect on that either. And then the last one was in the same stand I hunted on the first try, and I ended up bumping my bow rest. Thankfully, the deer didn't spook or anything, but when I drew back, the angle it was at, my bow rest was in the way. So I ended up hitting that, wasn't able to, all kinds of crooked. By the time I got comfortable, it was well out of bow range. So, I wasn't wanting to risk a bad shot on a deer. Definitely willing to not get a deer that mooned one. So that was kind of how my season went. I only saw 1 shooter. And I was actually hunting with my wife, and we weren't able to get it done. It was about a 100-yard shot, moving away through the woods. So that was another shot that was too hard to take and wasn't risking. So it's kind of how my deer season went. But like I said, we let a lot of young bucks grow. So hopefully this year they're going to be good, nice mature deer. And we'll be able to get it done this year for you. So yeah, that's what we're looking at. So it wasn't too bad, but like I said, my uncle came up from Florida. He got a nice 9-point. My dad was able to take a nice 8-point. So couple nice bucks taken. So it's good to see the quality of deer that are out here. Now I'm kind of just in the area where I've built a couple different blinds. I actually, right where I had my tree stand last year for turkey season, and I got in and they kind of roost here. So I'm thinking about building it down further because they like to use this back field when they walk. And kind of they go from our property to the neighboring woods a lot. So I want to kind of find a nice place in between there so I can get in undetected, get into the blind, and not spook them. That's been my issue in years past. I always end up spooking them early, and then I never able to call them in because I know something's not right. So I do have a blind over here I did make one year, and I think I'm gonna just make that better. We'll look and see how that's looking. So I found a really good tree, a really good spot. It kind of sits higher up on our property, so it looks down. I mean, our property's not very hilly, but it's about 30 yards from the trail, which they kind of use since it's clear path for them. But the only problem is they roost like 10, 20 yards away. So that's what my issue is. I'm thinking I want to move closer towards the field. I mean, I have a blind set up there, kind of. It's an old blind. It's kind of been pushed down with, you know, time, and isn't the greatest. It wouldn't take much to make it good again. So I think I'm gonna leave that spot alone, and I'm gonna move closer to the field and see what I can do and kind of get in this little pinch point, and see maybe there's a spot here. Ooh, that's not a bad spot to start. That may work. So I'm gonna see what we find, and I think this is gonna be my area where I build a blind. Yeah, and kind of get away from spooking them, get them when they're walking into the field in the morning. That's my hopes. We'll see if it works. I'll about you later. Oh, it broke. Fantastic. Okay. I think I found the spot. I got this big tree behind me. We actually, one year, I can't point with gloves on. One year we sat over there, and we had a Jake fly down and kind of walk over this area in front of us. We do have a spot the turkeys love. It's kind of a, we put Lucky Buck down there before, and they just keep it clean all year round. They love picking at the ground, deer too, squirrels, everything. But yeah, we've had a lot of luck with turkeys. They come funnel to this corner, and actually right behind me is where I sat last year. So this is the field we hunted last year and had the turkeys come up, and I mean literally right here is where I was. So I think if my plan is, oh, there's deer tracks. So yeah, I'm gonna sit on the deer tracks, but that's fine. They can walk that way. But my plan is to take this giant log that's already here, run it between the crotch of this tree, run it off, and then I'm gonna build a pretty nice size brush blind off of that, so we can see out in the field, see if anything's coming. I can see. I mean, look. I can see forever, you know. I can see 100 yards away where the turkeys are roosting. This way I'm out, not worried about spooking them in the morning. Yeah, I think this is going to be a good spot. I can fit 3 guys in here once I'll be done with it. So yeah, this will be a good spot. We're going to go with it. Show what you got going on here. We got this little piece coming up in front. Boom. We got our main support beam here. And we go over the other side. There's our support beam. We got another one here. And then we'll walk into this side. Well, I got it brushed in for the most part. Obviously, I'm going to do more once things start getting green again and I can get some better cover kind of poked in there. But yeah, I could fit 3 people very comfortably. 2 of them could even shoot, 1 filming kind of thing. So yeah, this side looks a little bit better. It's a nice hole to shoot through. Got some leaves for cover. So I think it's going to be a ground sit after playing with it, but you could come in there and sit with chairs and kind of shoot over everything as well. So, but I'm gonna walk around. It did fall down on me, the one side did, so I had to redo all that. But yeah, here's what it is. So just gonna kind of walk around, maybe see if we can't find any deer antlers. I just realized I haven't talked to you guys about what some things I have coming up this year for the channel. So end of April. Well, obviously May, we're doing turkey season, so hopefully, using this trail, hopefully we can get a turkey on film for you. Last year's video was really awesome. Probably one of my best experiences hunting, calling in those turkeys from so far away. And then I think they just ended up seeing my tripod stand. Didn't think that through since they can see color, but live and learn. But anyways, turkey season, and then into April, I'm going out to Pittsburgh. And y'all remember Stan, going out to visit him. So we're gonna do some hiking and then planning a second trip this summer to go out and see him as well. We might do some kayaking, whole bunch of stuff. So that's what we have planned for so far. If there's anything you guys wanna see, in particular you think I can do, let me know. I'd be happy to do it. Well guys, I walked around for about 45 minutes, hour maybe so far. Haven't seen a dang thing. Finally found some deer sign. It took forever. There's a light bit of snow, so I thought I'd be able to see, you know, deer tracks, but couldn't really see much of nothing. Have yet to find a shed out here, so I'm gonna just walk around and yeah. So, but I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm glad to be back, guys. Glad to be filming again. Hope to bring you some good quality stuff this year. If you like what you see, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you're getting all the latest videos from us. And as always, thanks for tuning in with Hike Up Michigan.